Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the show. Thank you all so much for joining us. It's great to have you, and happy Monday to each and every one of you. Now, tonight's topic, I've got a few things to say about before I turn the show over to Christopher for the evening to do everyone's readings. But first and foremost, I just want to say for anyone who might be joining us for the very first time, be sure to say something in the chat so we know you're here. And I can put you in line for a reading, and we can go on with the show. Now, the first time anyone joins the show, of course, it's always free. And going forward after that, it's $10 per reading, or you can pay $100 and cover the entire month. So we've got options there, and we do our best to make the show available for everyone. So, tonight's show, synchronicity or intuition. Well, my thought on it is to expand on what we started to talk about last night with the timeless nature of reality. In fact, that's something we say all the time at the yoga studio at the end of every single class is Jai Bhagwan, which is all about ascending to the timeless state of being. So, little explanation with that. In physics, the most common leading theory is this string theory, which talks about multiple dimensions. It describes time as the fourth dimension, all 3D physical space as 3 dimensions and lower, and then going forward and up after that, the fifth dimension encompasses all of time and space, and in fact, all possible time and space. And going forward, 6 dimensions is all imaginable, anything that can be imagined, right? And going up further than that, it gets more and more complex to the point where anything that we can dream of and everything that we can't dream of, all the incomprehensible things, those are real too. So reality is, as we love to say all the time, much, much stranger than we can possibly comprehend. And that might be a little bit overwhelming to start to think about, but the thing to keep in mind is that we are all these powerful creator beings, and we're here to learn how to manipulate energy. And part of doing that is being here and watching the show. Thank you all so much for joining us as regularly as you do. And I know you'll enjoy more of what my dad has to say tonight. So thank you all again and enjoy.
Thank you so much for being here. Happy Monday night. It is a fortuitous night, and I send you a lot of upcoming synchronicities in and on and for your behalf. So I light the incense for you to send you some of that great energy that burns off the old things that we don't need, and brings in the new. It welcomes the new. It helps all the blessings. All the great blessings have amazing noses, and they can really smell the incense. So coming your way, sending you lots of great blessings that way. Intuition or synchronicity. You have this feeling that you need to call somebody. That's intuition. You have a feeling that you need to call somebody, and your phone rings and that's that person. That's synchronicity. So when we came back from China, many of you know this story, we had no money, no house, no car. And my wife got pregnant with Kenan. And I ended up getting a job in San Antonio, Texas. And we started attending a church there, and there were hundreds of churches. But it just so happened that this one was in our neighborhood. And in that church was an OB-GYN and a midwife. And they basically both ended up saving Kenan's life. And not charging us for the hospital bill. They wrote it off because Kenan was born cesarean. So that's a synchronicity. When I wanted to read you this story because I think it's important to understand with what we're talking about here. Most people are familiar with Carl Jung. He's the Swiss psychiatrist, and he wrote this story that he believes is a really great example of synchronicity. So this example concerns a young woman, patient, who proved to be psychologically inaccessible. The difficulty lay in the fact that she always knew better than anyone else, because she knew everything. She was very well educated. It had provided her with a weapon ideally suited to this purpose, namely, a highly polished Cartesian rationalism with an impeccably geometrical idea of reality. Oh, it makes me laugh. After many attempts to awaken her rationalism with a more human understanding, Carl Jung is talking here, I had to confine myself to the hope that something unexpected and irrational would turn up, something that would burst the intellectual retort into which she had sealed herself. So anywhere, any of us have sealed ourselves into this irrational human understanding, okay? And this intellectual retort. Anywhere where we might have this intellectual retort, are we willing to let go of that? Listen to the rest of the story. Well, I was sitting opposite her one day with my back to the window, listening to her flow of rhetoric over and over and over again. But she'd had an impressive dream that night in which someone had given her a golden scarab, a beetle, a costly piece of jewelry. While she was telling me this dream, I heard something behind me gently tapping on the window. I turned around and I saw that it was a fairly large flying insect that was knocking against the window pane from outside in an effort to get into our dark room. This seemed to me very strange. I opened the window immediately and caught the insect in the air as it flew in. It was a scarab beetle, whose gold-green color resembles that of the golden scarab. I handed the beetle to my patient with the words, here's your scarab. This experience punctuated the desired hole in her rationalism and broke the resistance or broke the ice of her intellectual resistance. Pretty powerful. So this is why I love doing what I do. But synchronicity doesn't occur when there's confusion or uncertainty in your feelings or your needs. So Steve Jobs is very well known for the founder of Microsoft. But he was really needing to get into a creative mode. And so synchronistically, using his intuition, he synchronistically was walking down a street and he happened to buy a calligraphy class. And he walked in and began taking calligraphy, and that is what fired his imagination. He attributes that experience to him to be able to build Microsoft because it was the creativity side. So he says, I told myself, synchronicity doesn't work if you're telling yourself, gosh, I don't know if I should get a full-time job or just go into creativity. He would not have been as prepared to drop everything to do this calligraphy course or travel to India to study Buddhism. So synchronicity only comes about if there is a strong intuition. So follow your intuition. It's like we knew we had to go to San Antonio. Didn't know why. But then the synchronistic events began to pile. So when I pull a card for you tonight, I've gotten feedback from every one of you over a period of time. You know, Lindsay, you're the first on tonight. But you remember a few months ago when it was talking about a jaguar, and you'd actually bought, the card was talking about a jaguar, and the card showed a jaguar, and you had bought a ceramic jaguar that day. And so you look up what that animal symbol, that spirit animal, means to you, and that brings in the energy then, that synchronistic energy of the jaguar, or what that animal means, and what these cards mean. Okay, so the group card tonight is really interesting. It's negativity. So it makes it very difficult for the universe to be synchronistic with you when you're uncertain or when you're in a negative state. Because this negative state is if you're in a negative state of being a defeatist or critical of yourself in any way, shape, or form, if you're thinking, oh, I really want money, but money is really hard to come by, or I'm just going to have to work harder and there just aren't any more hours in the day, you think the universe is going to give you a synchronistic event? No. So I love this card. I mean, this was very synchronistic for this card to come up after we were talking about the title tonight. But what's great about this is you use the power of negativity to dispel negativity. So when you have this defeatist or critical mind coming up, you go, nope, 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 no. You use that negativity to dispel the negativity. And you break yourself of this self-defeating inner critic. Stop. And you bring in what it is you actually want. So even the negativity is a tool to help you define what it is you actually want. Hope that helps. Okay, our Lindsay. Let's see what we've got tonight. I'm going to use the Voyager deck. I love this deck. Lindsay, you have strength. Never pray for strength. We've talked about this. I've talked about this with other folks on the show. You have the strength. I am strong. Listen, you've had to be strong. It's why you've survived. It's why you're living now, despite everything you've been through. Claim your strength. Claim it. Don't pray for it. Claim it. You have it. A lion waits. It lies very, very still, and it waits. If a herd of gazelle is going by, and an older gazelle or a younger gazelle is kind of trailing behind the pack, then it springs into action. It trusts its own strength. It trusts its own judgment. And are you willing to let go of the fear of second guessing yourself? Trust it, because if a person is always afraid of taking the wrong step or going the wrong direction, they don't go anywhere, right? That's that dichotomy that Steve Jobs was talking about. Is he decided to be creative? That was his intuition. The synchronistic events was for him to take up that calligraphy course, which then synchronistically spurred the creation of Microsoft. A simple calligraphy course. Simple? Not so much. Trust the little things, Lindsay. They're coming your way. Because even a baby gazelle makes a really fine meal for a lion. You're not going, oh man, I could have had an adult gazelle. No. Take the wins, like take the victories, and be free of judging the degree of the victory. Because you've got the strength to hold thought forms and patterns. You're building this ability to build these thought forms and the patterns, okay? So, I'm sorry, I apologize, I'll shut up my phone. So you have this ability to build stronger thought forms of what you want, and you're learning to get away from that negativity, because you're done creating what you don't want, and you're ready to create what it is you actually want, and that you deserve it. Okay, I'm good. You're good. Who's next?
Next is gonna be, you got Lindsay and then Austin, right?
Austin, yeah. Okay, here we go, Austin. We had this card last night, and it's the Tower card. It is the dissipation of structure. So you want to build a new house on property that already has a house on it. You've got to tear down the old house to build the new house. And you don't even give it a second thought about tearing down the old house. This is tearing down the past relationships that you've had and tossing them out. And being free of comparing this relationship with anything in the past. So I'm actually talking to everybody here. And it's not just in a relationship between two people. It can be a relationship with your business, with your career, with your job, with your friends. And notice, Austin, when you have these judgmental feelings come up, they're not about the job, they're not about the other person, they're about you and where you've judged yourself in the past. And are you willing to let go of that in any way, shape, or form? So the Tower card is necessary to break down old ways of being. Now, when you do that, it can be really uncomfortable. Like it can be, oh my God, this is the way I've existed for 30, 40, 50, 60 years on this planet. Oh my God, I have to change? Yeah. Not you have to. It's happening. But you focus on what the house that's being built, not the house that's tearing down. So focus on what is being built here, free of comparing it to the old house that's been torn down or being torn down. Okay.
Laura's next.
Who?
Laurel.
Laurel. Hey, Laurel. So you got 2 cards, Laurel. You've got delusion and brilliance. Delusion and brilliance. Anywhere any of us are going, I'm such and such an age, I should be at, I should have this, this hasn't worked out for me. That's all the delusion. It is the dark side of delusion. It's the ability, Laurel, also, because this is the brilliance, right? The mind is, you're one of the sharpest minds I know. You're one of the smartest people. Watch your words. Watch what you're saying and how you are saying it. For instance, oh gosh, it's so hard to find a nice guy. That's part of the delusion, because it's very similar to Austin's card, where, not that Austin is, you know what I'm saying, but it's like the building up on the backside of what's happened to you before. This is breaking those delusions. This card is about helping you in every way to break all the old delusions. So very similar to the Tower card, which is a very good theme. And when things are seemingly falling apart, I would go to my teachers years ago and go, oh my God, this happened and this was horrible, and I would just blah, blah, blah. And they'd start laughing. And then they would start clapping. Laurel, I would get so angry. And Austin, I'll tell you this too, I would get so angry. Are you laughing at me? No, we're laughing, we're celebrating with you. This is the dissipation of structure. This is the Tower card. This is the delusion breaking through. And sometimes it feels, you get like angry or upset, but it's that old shrimp cocktail coming up from 2 nights before. It is bad stuff that happened and you're letting it go. And this is the brilliance of it, is allow the magic, Laurel. Allow the magic. And there's something about quartz crystals. Clean your quartz crystals in salt, any crystals that you have, or you can clean them on selenite. Okay, if you have that selenite bracelet, you can actually put the bracelet on your stones, and it will help cleanse them. Okay.
It's funny, while you're giving Laurel a reading, someone else named Laurel came in on YouTube.
Oh, really? So another Laurel came in on YouTube. That's so funny. Synchronistic events, right? Well, I'm giving a reading for Laurel. Another Laurel came in on YouTube. I love it. Okay.
So next is Marilyn Pitts.
Okay. Hey, Marilyn. Wow. I love this. So we've got the Tower card. We had the Delusion card. And now we've got this Fear card. Marilyn, when they invented the car, when they invented like the Model T Ford, I think the top speed was 20 miles an hour. And people were deathly scared of it because doctors were saying, oh, if your brain goes over 20 miles an hour, it'll destroy your brain. I mean, there were all these stories, right, that came up. It was this delusional fear. And because it had never really been done before. And people couldn't see. There were the inventors like Ford and the people of the cars, they had a greater vision. What this card is about is letting go of the fear of of leaving horse ranching and moving into automobiles. Right? If you were in the turn of the century, you were a horse rancher, you're like, oh, those cars, it'll never amount to anything. Horses are the way. This is letting go of your old way of thinking. And
Marilyn Pitts just had her brother pass away during the emergency surgery.
Yeah. So this is letting go, and I'm so sorry your brother passed. All of us send you great love and great condolences. I'm so sorry to hear that. But this is letting go of the fear that he's not okay. This is you moving into a state of mind that you've actually never been in before, but you're maybe always afraid to go. It's this state of spiritual mind. You've always been very, very capable of it. And this is an indication you're not imagining it. If you see him, when he comes to you in a dream, you're not imagining it. It is this was one of his greatest fears. And you know what? I'll give you a call on this one. Okay? All right.
Very good. So Diane and Edna are next.
Okay, Diane and Edna. Okay, Diane, we'll go with you first. So this is revisiting your passion. Are you free of letting go of what you should do and go, what is your passion? What is it that you want? Because if you're in China, they have a saying called mama hu hu, which means horse, horse, tiger, tiger. It means really not very much to Americans, but it's like an indecision. Mama hu hu. Do I go with the horse? Do I go with the tiger? Horse, tiger, horse, tiger. Well, they're completely different animals. And if there's indecision, then the universe doesn't give you really an answer, because you're mama hoo hoo. You're a horse, horse, tiger, tiger. You're not anywhere in particular. This is focus on your passion. What is it you want? What is it you want? Not for someone else, not for your kids, not for family or friends. What is it you want? Focus on your passion. And these colors of orange and red are the core colors. These are the base chakra. This is the kundalini, the power chakra. Put your power in your gut and decide what it is you want. Okay? And I've got Edna, yep. Coming up. So Edna, are you willing to let go of all confusion and see a situation as it really is? Or again, what it is that you want to alleviate any of the confusion. And any confusion brought into, or any confusion you've been around, it's not yours. So return to sender. And are you willing to let go of the need to make it right for anyone else? And go, okay, universe, you got this, make it right for me. Because you are the universe. You are the center of the universe. As is everyone. But claim that, Edna. And any confusion is not yours. Any confusion where you've been taught to be confused, or people you've been around that are in a confused state, it's like you walking into an Italian restaurant where they use a lot of garlic. You're going to walk out of that restaurant smelling like garlic, girl. Anytime you're around confused people or a confusing situation, you're going to get a little garlic smell on you. Okay? It's not yours. Go take a great shower. Right? Use a little vinegar, and it will kill the garlic smell. It's just not yours. Get back to Edna. That's the important thing. Okay, who's next?
Great. It's Abby in Maryland.
Abby in Maryland. Okay. My dear Marilyn. This situation with your wrist is an opportunity to use your magic. And Abby, I'm talking to you, Abby. This is using your healing hands, your energy. You don't have to touch Marilyn's wrist, but at least hold your hands over the wrist and bless it and heal it and send it golden light. However you picture or perceive healing, do that. And I know I texted you earlier, Marilyn, and we'll talk again, but this is an opportunity for you to use this, what science would call magic, because it's not really definable. It's not a scientific method, but it is outside the realms of so-called science, or as science is known up to this point. And then, Abby, this is an opportunity for you. This is the commencement card to really start this process of healing, the ability to heal others. Because you've spent years healing yourself. So again, this is much like Steve Jobs, where there was no indecision. This is what I am, claim it. This is the synchronicity of the card coming up with this commitments of starting. When you graduate, that day when you're getting your diploma is a culmination of years of study. It's not just the commencement ceremony. That just says that you're done with one thing and you're ready to move into another. That's what this is. You're moving into a whole new area. Are you willing to let go of doubt? Laurel, are you willing to let go of doubt? And anyone on the show has had their trust issues blown, are you willing to trust yourself? Let's start there. Trust your gut, trust your intuition, trust the synchronicities that are all coming your way for everyone on the show. Okay? All right. Who's next?
Great. It's Kat and Jared.
Hey, Dr. Jared, thanks for being here. Kat. So Jared, I know we have talked about this before, and I know you don't necessarily remember too much about your childhood, but there are moments that, well, look at your own children, where they have these moments of inexplicable joy just emerge, and how joyful they become at just the simplest of things, the simplest of toys, the simplest of games. Jared, that's you. Trust this process of you expanding and learning these new techniques in the medical industry, of going, whoa, it's play. Make it play. This is the rejoicer card. Um, a lot of times when I get readings from people that have passed on, or when I'm doing a reading and I get a message from the other side, it's people saying, "Gosh, I wish I would have played more. I wish I would have worried less." This is your message. This is the Jared card. This is the Rejoicer card. Um, okay, I'll call you on this one too. All right, Kat. Um, I don't know if you've ever been around quilters. Um, but there's somebody in your family coming through that was a quilter. And they're acknowledging your ability to take these weird, odd, strange colors and cut squares out of them and put them together, and it just become magical. And not only that is your ability to put differing things together and they just come out like wow, but it's also being more patient with yourself. So a quilter that, I don't know, I'm not a quilter, but this ancestor of yours is talking. It's like a grandmother. And they would have these quilting bees where they would work on, they would have these women come in and work on a quilt together. Cat. And they would do it for the good of the community, like they would do it for the good of a family. You've got these women coming in, like I haven't quite ever seen this, but they're coming in to help you put together this quilt. And I'm not talking a literal quilt, but put this together that's going to benefit so many people and raise the consciousness of you, your family, your area, the world. They don't judge by how little they got done that day or how much they got done that day. Be free of being self-critical about how much is or isn't working out, or how much you do get done or don't get done. Okay.
Tanya's next.
Who?
Tanya.
Tanya. Hey, Tanya. Canada. Canada is present. Very powerful Kuan Yin energy. So maybe do a little research on Kuan Yin. So I'll just tell you what I'm seeing, Tanya. It's your mother coming through. And she has this, it's taking her all these years, but she has this now Kuan Yin energy because when she was here on earth, it was pretty horrific. She was very, very gifted. Very, you want to call it psychic, you want to, and where she was at, it didn't allow for that. So there was so much restriction there. She's telling me to tell you to trust your gifts. Trust your gifts now. And I want to tell everybody on the show, this is not just for Tanya. This is your gifts coming through. Trust them. She's reiterating, she is emphasizing, she is verifying, she's validating these gifts for you. Okay.
Giles is next.
Hey, Giles. Glad you made it. Thanks for being here. So one of the there's a really lonely sound, Giles, is when you hear a coyote howling, especially at the moon. It's kind of this eerie, it's a very eerie feeling. I want you to look up the meaning of spirit animal coyote, because you've got coyotes around you. I don't know if you've been seeing coyotes. I don't know if you've been hearing them at night, but there's something with coyote with you. And this is your intuition. We talked about this, I think, a little either last night or was on a couple of the shows where D is coming through, but you've had a certain mindset of where D is or how she is or what she's doing or where she's at, and that there's this separation. Are you willing to let go of the separation and be free of letting go? Well, I have to die to be with her, and go, wait a minute. This is the moon card, Giles. This is your intuition. This is your psychic ability. This is your knowing. And the synchronicities will start allowing you to actually experience D here and now. It's this intuition. When you feel her around, start to talk to her. But then listen to what she says in return. It's not your imagination. You're not going crazy. You don't need medication. Okay, I don't prescribe, but I'm saying a lot of people, when they have these gifts that really start emerging, they think they're going crazy. You're not. This is a deep understanding of spiritual matters that cannot be found in any book, any Bible, any church. It has nothing to do with that. This is your own intuition opening up. Thank you. Okay, and who's next? Hey, Brosy. I love this card. So last night I remember you had the Tower card. So, okay, you can read this. It's the Fortune card. So one of the things with Kuan Yin is very similar to like Lakshmi in Hinduism, which is the goddess of wealth, but it's more than just material wealth. This is like opening up this old storehouse you have in your basement and finding it filled with gold. And your first thought is, you know, I could potentially help a lot of people with this. And it's not just the physical, the material. This is your ability, like everyone on the show. Scott is a very gifted writer, creator, cinematographer. He's done movies you've heard of, and he's helping me write the script to my book. And I'm going to shut up now because I don't want to tell you anything about it, but it is really amazing. But that's an example, Scott. The reason I'm telling you that is that that's part of this treasure, this fortune of your ability to express yourself and to storytell. And you're reaching into depths of secret doors you didn't even know were there. I love it. Okay, who's next?
Teresa and Mason Mullen.
Teresa. Hey, Teresa. So we've got the Fool Child. New beginnings. Oh, you mean I have to start over? Okay, that's the negativity. So the show started off with the negativity card. Use negativity to kill negativity and go, no, 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 no. I get to start over. I get a new way of thinking. I get a new way of perceiving, a new perspective. Okay, this is really random, but when you get a new doll for the baby, bless that doll, imbue that doll with blessings. Or if you've gotten her a new doll or a new stuffed animal, imbue that with blessings and healing. You know, think of it as, you know, have they have these stuffed pets and you can put like little lavender packets, lavender essential oils and packets in the animals, and then the baby smells the oil. It's like that, except it's not a scent, it's actually energy that you bless it with. And Mason, you can help with that. You can even bless your own toys, Mason. That's the benefit of this. I go around my house and I bless the things in my house. I bless the couch. I bless the statues. I bless the rocks. These rocks behind me. Right. I bless them. I actually put a drop of oil on them and bless them, because it's helping me define my definition of life. So everything is frequency, everything is vibration, and you can raise the vibration of everything and everyone around you by saying a blessing over it. And then I guarantee you, Teresa, when people walk into your house, they're like, they feel it, they know it. Okay, does that help, Mason? All right. Who's next?
Mindy.
Hey, Mindy. So there's a religious person around you, and you love them, but I'm speaking from experience. Most of you know my background with this heavy religion that I was in. And I literally became so unbalanced. But I had to become so unbalanced that I fell over. And I had to hit the ground hard. I had some, but that imbalance taught me balance. The first time you get on a tightrope, Melinda, you don't just walk across without any problem. You fall off a few times. And this is about anyone projecting on you that, you know, oh, if you just go to church, Melinda, you'd be so much happier. It's, they're perceiving the imbalance within themselves, if that makes sense. And sometimes it's really hard. It can be challenging. It can be challenging to let people hit rock bottom, or to let people have their own experience. But you maintain your balance. You're doing great. Just a little bit more confirmation of your balance. Okay, who's next?
Very good. It's a brand new person, Laurel with an EL.
Laurel with an EL. Thank you for being here, Laurel. Appreciate it very much. So Laurel, if you were standing in front of me right now and I had this pen, and I said, okay, Laurel, take the pen, and when you go to reach for it, I go, no, no, come on, Laurel, come on, take the pen, and you go to reach for it. It's like Lucy and Charlie Brown. Lucy with the football. No, Charlie Brown, nope. Really, Charlie Brown, I will let you kick the football this time. Um, this is people, they've learned. So, my point of this card is be done with Lucy. Be done with the Lucys in your life. Or you can still be around Lucys, but don't play football with them. This is any guy that's been taking your energy, or you've allowed them to take your energy or demean or disempower you by this behavior of them. They're constantly taking the football, like making promises and then not fulfilling them. And then it keeps you on the wheel of, oh my gosh, I've got to one day, oh, you know what? One day she's not going to pull the football away. I know it. Well, what did Charles Schultz write that? It's comic strip 50 years? She kept pulling the football away. Trust your gut. Pull away from those people, or at least don't play football with them. Laurel, don't play that. Laurel, don't play that game no more. Okay? You're done. All right.
She let go of them all. Good job.
Good job.
Yeah, Angela Cardos is next. She's also new.
Angela, welcome. Everybody welcome Laurel with an EL, and everybody welcome Angela. Okay. Okay, so Laurel, let me reiterate this. If there's somebody in your past that you've been dreaming about that did this, there's still some energy that they're projecting at you. So put salt under your bed, put a bowl of salt under your bed. It keeps the lower vibrations away. Because at times they can come back to like test you, and even if they're on the other side, you can have these dreams or these feelings, and they're going, okay, where are you at now? And if you go, hey, I'm still good, I'm let all those people go, then you're really good. It stays away for even longer. So that's great. Okay, Angela, here we go. So Angela, trust what you're seeing. It's kind of similar to Laurel. It's called illumination. So if you keep the lights on low in the house and you don't open the curtains, you don't see the dust. You don't see the dirt. And it's comfortable. So people pray for enlightenment. They pray for understanding. But they're not ready sometimes to have the curtains open and the lights turned on full. So, and this has to do a little bit with Laurel, because you guys were close together. You're a light. And it's who you are. It's who all of us are, especially on the show. And so when we come into somebody's little dark room, and they're like, oh my God, they're going to see the dust. And you do see the dust. But they don't understand you're not judging them because of the dust. They just think you're judging them because of the dust. I hope this is making sense. But this is, be free of apologizing for who you are or what you see. This is your illumination card. This is the This is definitely passed down through your mother's side, like aunts, like it's almost like gypsies or this is ancient stuff. And it's like Superman. Superman had x ray vision, but he wasn't looking at everybody undressed, right? He had the ability, and only when people asked him to look is when he would look. So, this is what's important for you to not apologize because people sense that you're seeing through them. So don't apologize for that. You do have that ability. Okay. I hope that made sense. All right. Who's next?
Perfect. It's another new person. This is Marie.
Marie, welcome. This is awesome. Thank you all very much for being here. I really appreciate it. All right, my dear Marie, thank you for being here. This is the Devil's Play card. People go, oh my God, I got the Devil card. No, this is the Play card. And this is free of judgment about apologizing for what you like to do and things being more fair for you. So this is you're moving into a more fair, what's fair and good for you, rather than nixing yourself out in over-serving other people. It's fine. It's wonderful to serve other people, but not at the expense of yourself or your own energy. This is called the Devil's Play. This is where other people can judge what you like, what you don't like, what you do, how you do it. And are you willing to let go of all that judgment on you from those people, especially in your family? Or anywhere where there's been religious judgment on you? Are you willing to let that go? Okay, so Marie, I'm hearing all the nuns singing in The Sound of Music. Oh, how do you solve a problem like Maria? You're not a problem. You never have been. You never will be. Anywhere where people put that upon you, where you've been a problem or a burden or an inconvenience or not you, return to sender. Okay, there. Now, who's next?
Awesome. Another new person, Jade G.
Jade?
Yes.
Jade G. Okay, Jade. Thanks for being here. Jade. Take control. Anywhere where you've given others the ability or the take control, Jade. You have the ability. Take control. You're the emperor. This is your car. You're the driver. Be free of giving your car away, letting someone else drive it. Take back control of your life in every way, free of the need to apologize to anyone. Especially if they've messed with you with control dramas. Control drama, poor me. Oh, I just need $5. And you give them your last $5, but they actually have like 100 in the bank. That's poor me. The interrogator. So where were you? How come you were gone so long? Who were you with? Why were you there? That's the interrogator. The intimidator, the screamer, the yeller, the accuser. And then the person that is aloof. Those are the people that turn up their nose, or you ask them a question and they just look down at you. These are all examples of Jade. You got this. You are extremely powerful. Take your power back. Okay, who's next?
Another new person, Dave Jameson.
Hey, Dave. Awesome. Everybody welcome Dave and Jade and Laurel and Angela. This is awesome. Thank you so much for being here.
And Marie.
And Maria. Yeah.
And Miss Sugar Southern Taste. And William Paul Strauss. And that's it.
Oh, Billy Strauss is on, and
Miss Sugar Southern Taste.
Miss Sugar Southern. Okay. Okay, so this is for
Dave.
Hi, Dave. Thank you for being on the show. You need a little retreat time. When you're around grief, when you're around you need a place to breathe. I don't know if you have a place in the mountains. I don't know where you live. Thank you for being on the show. But this is it's the priestess card. All right, Dave. This is coming into your gifts, which are not average for a man. They're I don't know what the statistics are, but more women are usually psychic, or that right side of the creative side of the brain is more developed than men. Not with you. This is where you get overwhelmed, or can get overwhelmed, and have been overwhelmed, and you need some retreat. Like, you need to get in touch with your high priestess again, because that's who you are. This is you're breaking out of a shell. You're breaking out of an old way of thinking, an old way of doing, and the difficult things that have happened to you or with you have served to not crack the egg from the outside, because that kills life, but this is it's emerging you to break the shell from the inside out, where real growth takes place. And sometimes that growth is really uncomfortable. Take some time off. Take some time for you. This is
Dad died too.
yeah. Your dad died?
Yeah, lots of grief.
Yeah. So this is Dave. Take some time to go be with your dad. I'm not saying on the other side. I'm like going up to the mountains and having some time alone, and your ability to communicate with him will start showing up. And it will help you cleanse that. It will help you go through that grief process a lot easier. but you got some gifts, Dave. So and then they're emerging from the inside out. So this is you being able to communicate with your dad. I don't know how it's going to appear for you. It can appear in dreams. You can actually maybe hear his voice. You might see him out of the corner of your eye. My book would be great for you to read. It's called Trestle Creek, Things the Dead Fear. You can get it on Amazon, or you can just wait till the movie. Scott and I are working on the movie. But this is your emergence. So sometimes that emergence can be a little difficult, and it's just important to have some downtime for you. That's how men process. Women process things by being able to talk things out because they can hear themselves talk. You need some cave time. Okay.
That's Miss Sugar Southern Taste is a new person.
Miss Sugar Southern Taste? I love the name. It's a great, great name. And look at this, Miss Sugar Southern Taste fulfillment card. What a great card for all of us. Now, I know with so many new ones on the show, I am pulling a card, yes, for you, but it also helps everyone on the show because this energy goes out to this fulfillment as to, you know what? Take care of you first. That's the true fulfillment. And anywhere where anyone has judged you as selfish or hoity-toity, are you willing to let that go? And go, you know what? Yeah, I am a little hoity-toity, and I like that word, hoity-toity. And this allows more of these blessings to come in. So I'm talking, yes, to you, but I'm also talking to everybody on the show. Dave, what a great card this is, even for you that just lost your father, where look at your father's life and what he was, how fulfilled he was, and how fulfilling it was to have him as your father, and then it opens more doorways. So I just get really good vibes with you. And so you can always instant message me on Facebook as well. Okay. And then who's next?
Very good. William Paul Strauss.
Hey, Billy.
Yeah.
William Paul Strauss. Awesome. All right. Thanks for being patient. All you got to do is set your mind to it. Knuckle down, buckle down, do it, do it, do it. That's a song my mom always used to sing. You're the achiever. Are you willing to let go of the need to overachieve and then really take these events that you're doing and not look at the quantity of people that you're helping, but the quality? The one person, the one person that you make a difference for and with, that's what really counts. Because, Billy, that's like paying it forward. This is huge, and giving yourself credit for that achievement without the judgment of, oh, it could have been more, I should have done more. You're doing great. Great blessings to you. Every thought that we think goes out into the universe, and it continues on. So this is bringing these amazing thoughts in and refining them. So it's like if you go find a gold piece in the yard, or you go find a 50-cent piece or a dollar piece in the yard, you don't throw it away because it's dirty. You go in and you wash it off. This is just simply taking what you have, Billy, and washing it off and going, oh my gosh, this is pure silver. I love this. This is moving forward and helping that one person who helps 10 people who helps. You'll get it. Okay, who's next?
Great, it's another new person. His name's Eric.
Hey, Eric. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. That is awesome. So, ecstasy. This is absolutely seeing the beauty of life in a flower. The entire scope of life in a flower. And letting go, Eric, allowing people to get their own lesson and allowing people to hit rock bottom. That's some of the most challenging thing to do, is to allow people to hit rock bottom. Whether it's relationship, drugs, alcohol, it is allowing them to hit rock bottom, because only then are they really willing to maybe ask for help. You are so, Eric, get some really good sage, clear your house, clear the place where you're living, and in no uncertain terms send any of these negative energies out and tell them never return. You are not welcome here. Anything that was brought in by anyone else, I put salt in my doorways. I put a cereal bowl full of salt under my bed, because it helps clear any lower vibrations. Okay, hope that helps. But this is to bring more true ecstasy into your life. All right. And
last right now is Ashley Walsh.
hey, Ashley. Oh my God, it's so great to have you on the show. New Jersey, New York representing. So, my dear, thank you for being here. And Ashley's the last one? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, hopefully we have everybody. Since Ashley's the last one that we're seeing on the show, if we missed you, please, right now, say hello in the chat, whatever chat you're in. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. My dear Ashley, be like Steve Jobs. In no uncertain terms, this is going to work out. Universe, show me now how this is working out. Show me now. Show me now the route. Show me now the way. This or something better. This is the actor card. This is strategic people that you need will be stepping into their role. You're the director. You're not the casting agent. The universe is the casting agent. The universe are bringing this. The universe is your casting agent. You're the director, and you're like, okay, this is the show I want. This is how I want it to be. This or something better or bigger or more colorful or more vast, or allow the universe to be your casting agent, to bring the right people in, to draw the right investors in, to draw everyone into their place. Oh yeah, I feel that. That's really good. So I'm going to ask everyone on the show, I love this, Ashley. Thank you for being here. This is perfect because allow the universe to cast into our lives the parts and roles that would be for our best and highest. We're the director, partner with the universe. Let's do this again Wednesday night. Thank you all, especially the new ones here. Great blessings to every one of you. Thank you so much. I hope it's helped. Let me know. Instant message me. Friend me on Facebook, and you can instant message me. So great blessings to you all. Love you all very much, and we'll do this again Wednesday at 6 Pacific Standard Time. Have a great day.